Morning everyone on a beautiful, sunny, surprisingly sunny September Sunday morning in my garage winery. And I just wanted to give you a quick update. Yesterday was an absolutely hectic, busy day. It was phenomenal. I just love processing things. I love the process of filtration and cleaning and fermentation and everything like that. So what did we do yesterday? Well, we pumped off the free run juice from the 110 liter variable capacity vat. We pumped it into a big blue holding bin, and that went extremely well with the pump. I'm just chuffed with the pump. And once it was in the blue holding bin, I just introduced some carbon dioxide gas on the top just to blanket it, keep it safe, because I knew it was going to be in there for a good half hour or so. Sealed the lid then, and then took a look at what was left over in the fermenter or in the tank, and roughly speaking there was about 11 liters of precipitate, and there's absolutely no way that that precipitate could be filtered. It would be impossible with any hobby size or hobby scale filtration device. You would need professional stuff to do that. So that's fine. I knew that was going to be the case. You always know with white wine you're going to take a hit right at the beginning, volume wise. So I just dumped it out and cleaned the vat, cleaned the lid as well, and the coil, the cooling unit. I noticed that there was a little bit of tartarates, just a small amount that started to build up on the coil. Now remember, I did get this down to 5 degrees for 24 hours. Anyway, with that said and done, I then pumped back from the big blue holding barrel back into this, filling it up about 70 liters plus of free run. And then prepared, of course, the yeast and the yeast nutrient. And in the end, I've added 20 grams of yeast to this. I probably could have gone with 15, but I thought I'll go with the 20. And allowed the yeast nutrient to come to the temperature of the must, which is about 17 degrees Celsius. Then introduced it literally through the hole at the top, no stirring at all. Made sure that my lid was adjusted so that it was about 20 liters above. So my lid sat right about 90 liters at this moment. Yeah, maybe a touch higher than 90, just to give that head space, just like this one, so that when it gets into vigorous fermentation, it's not going to burst through. And that's it. So that addition was done last night around 8 p.m. or so. And then I've just been sat with my temperature at 17. I don't want to shock anything yet. I want to wait until fermentation's initiated. So give it 24 hours, make sure I'm seeing some good bubbling on the airlock, and then I'll slowly start to reduce down to my fermentation temperature, which I've decided will be, and it could change, but I've decided at the moment that it'll be 12 Celsius. Pretty cool. This is the pressed juice. I had a look at it, a smell of it, this morning as well. Phenomenal tones. I'm not picking up any sulfurous smells, SO2 or rotten egg or anything like that. The yeast that I'm using, which is the same for this, is a low sulfur producing yeast. Now yeast is always going to produce a little bit of sulfur. There's no way around that. Okay, but this particular culture that I've chosen is pretty darn good for reducing the amount of sulfur that it produces. So I'm just letting that turn away. It's got a little bit of a crust on top started to build as the fermentation started yesterday. I'm not too worried about that. And the last thing I'm going to do really today is just punch down the cap 2 or 3 times in the red wine. I want to assess the fruit flies as well, make sure there's not too many of them buzzing around. I can see one now in here. So that's an update. It was a full day of work yesterday. I mean, I started in the winery here, the garage winery, about 10 a.m. and I went straight through till 5. And it's just gorgeous, and the sun's shining again, which for Liverpool in September, the sun typically doesn't shine. Keep tuning in, and I'll release more video work as there's more things to talk about in my garage winery. Ciao!